years ago.
Yeah.
Melekeri should have been sacked 2 months ago. Melekeri should have been sacked a year ago. If you take into account the fact that when NNPC was the sole importer of fuel, I remember a contaminated fuel imported from Belgium.
Yeah.
Up until now, we have not seen those companies involved in that importation, any member, any executive, any company executive being prosecuted. Nothing happened. Okay, maybe investigations, and what Nigerians did not come to know the progress made in the strike. Okay, take it further, and you look at the shameful statistics before us. Nigerians begged OPEC for us to deliver, for us to produce 1.8 million barrels of oil a day. OPEC, we want to give us, we can. And we're giving, I remember we're giving a poultry of 1.6 million barrels per day. We could not produce 1.2. 1.2. At some point, it degenerated to 900,000. And you tell me that if this was, I mean, let's be very, unbiased with some of these calls we make. If this was done by, I remember when Kachiku was in NPC, and if calls,
he was under pressure.
I mean, it is. I don't know why the story will be different now. You know, what is the NNPC? Okay, it's being unbundled. NNPC is now a quoted company.
Yes.
It should be quoted. People should buy shares and all of that. But it's not doing any better. Even after all of the all of the dramas that followed NNPC and being a limited liability, nothing has improved. What are we talking about?
What about the revenue diversion conundrum that we've been talking about? You know, within the fold of that corporate governance, that is also another issue. Why, when you have a leadership that is associated with that kind of shady deals, and people are talking about to stay or not to stay, I think that I believe that Tinubu should have done what he had done in many cases in Central Bank. He should also do that with an NPC. That should be a cleanup. Yes, that it should be. If you can do that with EFCC, if you can do that with CBN, what's holding him from wielding the big stick? I mean, we should do better. The economy needs all the resources it could get to jumpstart and do something bigger and be big again. So, and NDDC has also been looked into. So why not NNPCL? Now let's look at the last story in the next 5 minutes. Central Africa's mediator for Gabon and the country's new military ruler have agreed to draw up a roadmap for restoring democratic rule following a coup last week. General Brice Oligui Nguema was sworn in on Monday as interim president after spearheading a coup on August 30 that ended a half-century of rule by Bongo family. The oil-rich state joins Mali, Guinea, Sudan, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic among African countries that have undergone coups in the last 3 years, a trend that sounded alarm bells in the continent and beyond. The Economic Community of Central African States, ECOWAS, on Tuesday sent its envoy, Central African Republic President Faustina Achang Touadéra, to Libreville for talks with Nguema. That's the last story, right? Let's have your comment on that. All right, so Faustina Touadéra, in my estimation, did what ECOWAS could not do. Yeah. I mean, the Central African Economic Community of Central African countries did what ECOWAS could not. See, there's no need being combative in the first instance. They went dialoguing with the junta in Gabon. I mean, a story was told. The people were saying the Bongo family had ruled for a collective close to 50 years, and things were not getting better. We need a change of guard, all right? That's what the people said, and a coup d'etat that happened. Nobody is laughing. Nobody is welcoming a coup. It's by all standards should be condemned. It's not the right way for a change of government. But
I want everybody, I want West Africans to look at the way the Central Africans handled this issue. They did not go threatening. No, we're giving you...
There were no threats.
No, we're giving you 2 weeks. We're giving you 1 week. You must return to democracy. Now they're beginning to see results. When Theodora went there and had a meeting with Olig, you could see that a roadmap, though the details are still sketchy, but they had agreed that a roadmap would be formed to bring back democracy. The way and that's, to me, is more than 1,000
And Gabon did better by swearing in an interim leader. The coup leader that way Niger is a different story.
Yes.
The other one's countries are different stories.
Yes. They put in an interim president. And as you see, so if we had approached, I mean, maybe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was under intense pressure.
Yes.
So he needed to make a statement that befits the size of Nigeria, being the, so I think the Central African countries have
size of Nigeria.
Yes, that have taught us a lesson. I mean, West Africans, we should have done better. Dialogue should have been the way forward.
From beginning.
And I'm happy that it's cooling for us.
Well, thank you very much, Cosby, as usual. You need to come here every day, not just every Thursday. Cosby Jones, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
That's much we can take on today's Press Roundtable on Atlantic Television Network here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. And I'm sure you've been watching us live on our various social media platforms. I don't need to enumerate them because they are there on the screen for you to follow. Well, Press Roundtable is it? Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Always like our page on Twitter, AtlanticNet, Facebook, and YouTube. That's where we are. That's how we roll. On TikTok, that's how we roll. Also watch us live on our website. And of course, you know that we will be coming your way this evening by 9 p.m. with our Global News Roundup. And don't forget that you must make peace your watchword. And I always say that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. But beyond that, I say that everything you do, your action and utterances, and whatever you do must be a building block for peace. That's how it is. Because peace is not the absence of war. I always say that. And it is better to judge than to war. Thank you very much. My name is Bon Woki. Don't go away. Don't forget about Global News Roundup at 9 p.m.